guys, I am GreenFly, welcome back to another video, and today's gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna be designing monsters. Now, pretty much monsters, I always love designing these kind of things. It's always fun, you can kind of go whatever way. But with this, we're gonna be different. We're designing monsters based on the color. So pretty much I'm going to be making a wheel up based on a lot of different kind of colors, you know, like red, blue, yellow, orange, green, purple, etc. You know, those kind of colors. And whatever it lands on, and then you kind of figure out what kind of monster kind of design will really suit that color. For example, maybe it's if it lands on red, maybe I draw something like almost like a demonic demon or something like that. Or if it's blue, something that's maybe under the water or something like that, you know? And maybe you use a little bit of the color as well, but kind of going like that kind of direction. Obviously, I don't know what color it's going to land on, so I'm just going to spin the wheel and we're going to see what it's going to be landing on today. So let's see what we're going to be getting for the first one. It is spinning, it is spinning, it is spinning, and for the first one we have got it orange. Okay, nice, we've got an orange. Pretty sick. That's gonna be an interesting one to do. I definitely have to think of it then, but we're gonna get another color before we start the whole video. Let's see what our next color is. Oh, this is brown, it's brown. No, it's purple. Okay, so we have orange and we have purple. Interesting two colors. I guess I'll do some thinking and pondering and see which way I'm going to go with them. So yeah, we're just going to dive right in and see what we can think of with these two colors. And yeah, let's just jump in right into the drawing tablet. So we're starting with the first color of this drawing thing. Orange. Pretty much when I think of the color orange in general, I think of something that's on fire. Something burning, something bright. Thought of a lot of things, thought of a lot of different creatures and stuff like that. I kept going back and forth, thought of a phoenix, thought of like something rising from like fire and lava. And it kept me going a little bit more and stuff like that. And then I was kind of going, you know what, I don't think I've ever drawn a salamander. And I was like, you know what, why don't we go with that? Let's draw, for the first one, a salamander. And it is made of literal magma and lava. Pretty much this is something that can live in those kind of areas very easily. And is very, extremely hot. They may look cute, but oh boy, do not go near them because wow, they can absolutely melt anything. Cute and adorable, but they are literally very volatile creatures. So that's what I decided to go with. I kind of thought of, well, maybe they're kind of like, it's kind of like a volcano when a volcano erupts. So I was like, well, maybe I have some kind of like hard pieces of like rock stuck to them, so when you got these like don't know if you really call them meteors or that. Well, not really, because that's from space, but big giant fireballs that come from pretty much the volcano. They're kind of like stuck into like a giant ball. They come up, they smash down, and they break open from those giant flaming rocks, and emerging them is literally salamanders. You thought the volcano was the worst part? No, you've got a giant fire salamander that can literally start melting the entire town, forest, or anything. So yes, a creature that you definitely do not want to absolutely be messing with. So of course though, one of the weaknesses is definitely going to be water. But yeah, this is definitely a creature you would not be expecting from a eruption volcano. Luckily though, volcano eruptions aren't often, thank God. So you wouldn't really meet these creatures too often. They'd be dormant, everything else, and stay near the kind of volcano areas anyway. So I kind of thought that, hey, this would be a little bit good start. Pretty much, I've always kind of wanted to draw a salamander. I haven't had an excuse to really draw one in the color orange, and I just kind of, you know, thought, hey, this is a good one. Give it a little bit of like fire back and thing, and fire tail and stuff like that. So yeah, I know it's kind of a big basic monster and stuff like that, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I think that's a good start. And I thought there's like kind of good little backstory of where it's from. So yeah, quite enjoyed this one. And yeah, I guess we'll go to the next one in just a little bit.
Okay, so pretty much we have done the first one with orange, kind of an orange lizard, kind of salamander, stuff like that. And I was like, well, I've never really drawn the kind of salamander style and everything else. I thought kind of doing my own kind of one and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it was a kind of good little one to kind of start off with a kind of monster. And yeah, it kind of lives in the lava, all that, and stuff like that. And it's kind of a really easy one to kind of go with, kind of the orange. I mean, that's what you kind of associate with orange, almost kind of like fire and hot and lava, that kind of thing and stuff like that. So yeah, I think this one's definitely turned out actually pretty good. I actually really like the look of it and everything else. It looks really, really good. So now we're going to be doing purple, and this is going to be the interesting one that we need to do. So while I was having a wee thought and ponder what I'm going to use for purple, what I'm going to do, there was one monster that I did make a while ago, and it was quite a while ago. I think it was 2020 it was. And it was almost like kind of a space whale kind of thing, like monster. It kind of like was in space. Instead of being in the ocean, it's a whale that kind of goes in space and everything else. And I think it was a quick drawing that I did just as a wee test, and I put art and didn't really do anything with. But actually having a look at that, I used a lot of purple. I used a lot of purple. So I was kind of thinking, why don't I take that idea, but do it, but I'll make the whale even more monstrous. Way more monstrous, add a lot more to it, and I think give it the justice that it so certainly deserves. So yeah, we're going to be doing kind of a monstrous purple crystal kind of space whale. I think that's the vibes I'm going to be going with. We're jumping right into it again, and yeah, let's do this interesting purple monstrosity space whale. Let's get right into it.
This is something I made quite a while, back in 2020. I believe that's it. I made the original drawing quite a while back, and it was pretty much, I think it was just a random sketch like I said, and I was I think testing something with a few colours and all this, and I just ended up drawing it. So I had to look back when I actually was trying to think of an idea for the colour purple, and I stumbled upon this, believe it or not, it's a file, an old file, and I was like, you know what, why don't I actually focus on it a little bit more, actually make it look better, actually make it look more monstrous. So I had a few things of like, actually, let's be honest, whales can be terrifying. They can be absolutely terrifying, really pretty terrifying. God, if you've seen like the fucking whale from fucking Pinocchio and all that, like we're talking about the original like Pinocchio, the like animated one, stuff like that, boy, that's a big whale. Ho, very big one. And then I was kind of going like, okay, let's make this whale literally very hard-headed. It's literally gonna have a diamond head, swimming through space, everything else. It is, I guess you could say that people would probably try and get resources and stuff like that from this, but they pretty much realize that this thing, it doesn't just a magic, it is kind of magical in a way. Yeah, it can kind of just produce kind of like dark energy and all this, and this crystal is so dense that pretty much blowing through even a meteor is a breeze. Actually, in fact, they probably eat meteors, so yeah, that's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. Just don't go flying near the ship. They like something metallic, metal if you will. But yeah, well, during this, I was, it was kind of nice actually giving this some justice for a change. Because, like I said, this other one that I did it over a whim. I think it was only 20 minutes or something. This one, I generally want to give a lot more love to this. I wanted to make the space look like, and that's the other thing. I decided, you know what? I'm not going to just do the whale. I'm not just going to do this giant space whale. I'm actually going to do the background and actually give the background a little bit more justice as well. And while I just kept drawing this and doing this, you saw I was like, wow, this is actually kind of looking really good. All the little shines that I love drawing like that, like kind of gems and diamonds. It's always cool in that you can give them like stuff. There was so many other ideas I had as well when I was trying to think of the color purple. I was thinking things like some kind of slime or all this like purpley, like oozing poison or undead or dark magic. And then when I saw the original piece those years ago, I was like, that actually might be a good call. Something a little bit different, something interesting. Luckily, these creatures are pretty much mostly peaceful, unless you disturb them. And to that, you probably want to just keep, because whales are big, and these are space whales, so they're bigger than most meteors. So, yeah, definitely do not annoy them. Luckily, however, for these giant monstrosities, they're peaceful most of the time. most of the time. But they're kind of majestic in a way, but definitely keep from a distance. Do not go close. It might end up poorly for you. But yes, this is the giant space whale with gems sticking out its head. I present to you the giant whale.
And there we guys have it. We have done two very cool, interesting monsters. The first one pretty much was a little jump into it to see what I can really think of, everything else with the orange. But I think overall the one that I actually was really enjoying more, I ended up obviously drawing not even just the monster, the creature of the space, crystallized whale, but I ended up doing the whole background. Almost pretty much like a redraw of it, but actually giving it a hell of an upgrade and something a bit more deserving of that kind of creature. I thought, well, we need to make it look more monstrous. What's more monstrous than something almost has like a giant diamond head that pretty much it kind of crashes into like meteors and all this and stuff like that and that kind of thing. And something to make it look like it is a giant, big whale. Something you definitely don't want to encounter in deep space. That is definitely for sure. So, but don't know if anything like that exists in real life. Hopefully not, but you don't know. We don't know. Who knows? Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this monster designing, but with colour. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys think of the two creatures that I made. The kind of lava fire salamander, pretty much monster, and pretty much the space whale of pretty much the purple space whale. So, like I kind of said, the whole premise was pretty much not to really go with just the colour. I ended up doing that anyway. I think that was kind of the idea as well. But I wasn't limiting to just that shade of orange or just that shade of purple. It was pretty much like taking the colour and pretty much really going with what's the first thing you think of. Like, there's so many colours that when you see that colour, you immediately have that initial thought. You're like, oh, green. Sometimes you have something, it's like it's nature. It's almost peaceful. It's like grass fields and something like that. Or you may have maybe some other thoughts, or maybe some like something kind of like Frankenstein or zombie or something like that kind of feel. And I just feel like colour is like such an important thing to have in creatures. It kind of shows if something looks good and holy, or something looks evil and dark, or something looks mystical, or something just like very plain and boring, almost like you kind of got the colour brown, which is kind of almost that kind of like wasteland kind of vibes, but it could also mean like heavy woodland and stuff like that, you know, just a lot of different things with colour. So yeah, pretty much colour, very important. It is very important in life, definitely a lot, that's for sure. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys enjoyed this little different kind of video, trying to do something a little bit different. I always like to do something different. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this. This was a lot of fun experimenting with this. And yeah, if you want to see me maybe try more with the colours, it's up to you. Maybe if I had set more likes, I don't know. But if you guys like this one, then yeah, pretty much share this video. Like this video if you think I'm good enough, and maybe slide this up. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm GreenFly. I'll see you guys later. Be creative as much as you possibly can. Until then, I'll see you guys